mind, Gary?
Day 3, I'm telling you, this is going pretty well. I'm getting a lot of veterans who are willing to participate. I get phone calls at night from former VA employees and current VA employees giving me information. One that was of most interesting last night, I had mentioned on I think it was yesterday or the day before, interview that you have to go 3, 4, and 5 times to the VA to get a diagnosis. And I had a VA nurse call me and said they knew what was wrong with you the first time you went there, but they want to keep you in primary care because all of the specialty clinics are blocked up for 4 or 5 months, so they keep you in primary care so they look good on their stats and they get their bonuses. I found that just beyond the pale. I could not believe, but I believe her. And everybody, they're scared to death. I'm doing this to help veterans, and I'm also doing this to help the wonderful, wonderful, caring, God-loving people that are the healthcare providers that are dealing with us on a daily basis, that love us and take care of us in the best possible way. I'm not saying our healthcare workers are anything but top-notch. It's the bureaucrats that only allow them to do what is necessary and what protects their bonuses so that we can be provided that small amount of care. They hold us back all the time. I just had a guy from the DAV stop by. Really nice fella. I mean, he's a really good, I can't remember his name, but just a really good fella. But he said to me, well, tell me how this torture comes into be. And so I said to him, well, I was supposed to be overnighted 2 weeks ago, some medication that would relieve me of some of the breathing problems that I have. And after 2 weeks, they hadn't sent it. So I called the VA. Hi, man. I can't shake your hand.
God bless you. Thank you for everything you're doing. If somebody else has done this sooner, maybe
God bless you. God bless you.
He was in special forces and he fought for his country. The least his country could do is step up to that for him. And he died of cancer in 2006. Okay, and it could have been caught in time.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I will pray for your healing.
I will pray. I thank you. But I just want to say, when you see my dad, tell him I miss him.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Kathy Black.
Kathy?
Kathy.
Kathy, I'll make sure I look him up.
James Black, United States.
Well, if he was a Green Beret, we have a lot in common.
He was.
So we'll probably be hanging out together in heaven. So.
That's right. Working in God's army, fighting in God's army. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you for sharing it with me. I see God's validation through people like you every day. And many people are validating that I'm out here doing a good thing. And I'm going to sit here until I die, man. I'm in end-of-life health care, and so pray for me, to be able to endure the heat. And right now I haven't eaten since yesterday. No, my stomach's upset. I'm nauseous, so if I eat, I throw up. And so,
may I give you a Gatorade?
Yes, ma'am. That has. It don't matter. That has electrolytes in it. Yeah, that would be beneficial, man. God bless you. A lot of people say, thank you for your service. But people I can't shake hands, man. I'm sorry. I had the lung cancer. If I get a cold or the flu, it's going to really make my life a problem.
I wish you could give it to me.
I would. No, I don't. I don't want to do that. You have no idea.
I don't. I wouldn't like catching a cold.
It's hard to tolerate, man. It's a difficult road that I'm on.
Not everybody can do it.
But God's making it as easy for me as we possibly can. Not being able to eat is just a small thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
I mean, he fought for his country the least, and you did too. And you should fight.
622 days in Vietnam.
He had 3 years in Vietnam, 3 years in Laos, in Korea.
He did a lot more than I did, man. You should be very proud of him.
My mom was in the Army too. They met at Fort Bragg.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Thank you, ma'am. You're on an interview right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're
No,
great.
no, you're fine. But continuing from where I was, the DAV representative, after I told him about the medication not being sent out for 2 weeks and it was supposed to be overnighted, and that the VA pharmacy said there's no reason this didn't go out. No foreseeable reason why it didn't happen. Well, yes, there is. Dr. Worley delayed it. Well, the chief of staff delayed it. I shouldn't use his name, maybe, but anyway, he's the guy that did it. And then, right now, as we sit here, TRICARE, which is aside from the VA, I've been in touch with them for 2 weeks now. And when they was getting me an appointment with a pulmonary doctor in Mountain Home, Dr. Malta, but they need my PET scan and my CAT scan from the VA. They need them to provide it. They have asked the VA for 2 weeks to overnight that to Dr. Malta's office so that I can get some relief with my daily struggles. Well, they hadn't sent it. So yesterday I called back again, and the TRICARE guy, he said to me, he has never seen anything delayed like this. He doesn't know what's going on in Fayetteville, but he said this is beyond the pale. He said, I'm going to turn this over to my boss, and we're going to get something done on this finally. So I was telling this DAV rep that, and he said, well, I don't call that torture. He said, what I call that is just really bad, awful medical treatment. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. If we had a foreign soldier that we was holding as a POW, and he required medical treatment, and we didn't give it to him, the Geneva Convention classifies that as torture. He said, I never thought about it that way. He said, you're 100% right. So they're doing things to me that the Geneva Convention does not allow. And it's time. I'm going to stay right here. I'm struggling a little more today than I have. This is my third day, but God's going to keep me coming. I'm going to stay here. Haven't eaten since yesterday, but food's not important. What's important is that I stay here and then I get the word out. And a lot of veterans are going to be joining forces with me. I'm here by myself, so if you're a veteran out there and you realize that Congress has disappointed us for 97 years, they haven't fixed the VA since 1920. If you realize that, and in your heart and in your spirit, you feel like you would like to come down here and be part of this, if you want to stand proud with me, I would love to have you. I'm just a Lone Ranger down here by myself right now. Not the Lone Ranger, but I am a Lone Ranger. And if you'll come down here and stand with me, a lot of people are trying, it's hard in the daytime, I know that for fellas that work, but if you got kin, if you got family, somebody that's not working in the daytime, if they can come down here and help me carry signs, they can come down here and help me get my wheelchair out of my car, and they can come down here and support me while I'm doing this, I would be forever, ever grateful. And so I'm looking for Green Berets and Rangers and SEALs, Force Recon, the guys that did the heavy lifting. I really kind of expect you, and I'm calling you, come down here and support this thing. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for the young men and women that are coming up in the VA system now that are being treated as badly as we were. I'm trying to put a stop to it. The bureaucrats have hijacked what was a really good healthcare system. Up until 4 years ago, when I turned 65, I had the option of going to Medicare. But I was so happy with the Fayetteville VA that I declined the offer. I didn't think I'd get better treatment in private sector. Well, when Dr. Worley became chief of staff and Obamacare came out, everything changed. It went to crap. I can't think of a better word. Just as soon as that happened, it just changed to something. It changed to something that's just unbelievable. Yeah, I don't recognize it today compared to what it was 5 years ago.
Block off some of that sun.
Oh, God bless you, man. You have no idea how awful that is. Really, I'm overheating. You're such a lovely lady. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
You're an awesome person. It's the least we can do.
Wow, thank you for this, man.
There's nothing down below.
Oh, thank you, man. You're just...
God bless you. God. Be with God.